Welcome to the Wake Up Dad Show. This is episode number 12.
Wake up, Dad!
Are you confused and overwhelmed about your role in all the craziness that is being a dad? Are you struggling to create the life you hope for? Are you looking for other dads to share your struggles and your triumphs? Or do you just need help waking up in the morning? Join your host, Dr. Scott Vatcher, as he explores the amazing and sometimes crazy world of being a dad. This is the Wake Up Dad Show.
Hey Dad, and welcome to another episode of the Wake Up Dad Show. This show is dedicated to you, the dad who wants more. More success, time, health, fitness, connection, passion, and all-around awesomeness. I'm your host, Dr. Scott, and on today's episode, I'm going to talk about a concept called clouds and dirt. Now, if anyone follows an awesome dude, this guy's name is Gary Vaynerchuk, or he calls himself Gary V. Now, he's a social media guru, and I think I've mentioned him before in a prior episode, and I'll probably mention him many times because this guy's just a rock star. I really like his stuff, so check him out online. I don't know, Facebook, YouTube is his big thing. He used to be the wine library guy. Does that make sense to anyone out there? I think so. So anyways, this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, came up with this concept of clouds and dirt, okay? And I think it's a great way to view life for a lot of us. It's a really important concept. So first of all is clouds. Now, when he talks about clouds, the idea behind it is the clouds are the big picture, the things you look up to, the life goals, the purpose, P number 1 in the 5 P's of dadhood. It's the big picture stuff, the stuff that you want to look towards, look forward to, and map out how to get there. And the second part of it is dirt, okay? Dirt means literally that, getting your hands dirty. So it means doing the work. It means forgetting about where things might be or have been and basically getting off your ass and getting shit done, okay? It's really important to have our clouds set properly. And I've talked about that in a prior episode about purpose, so go back and have a listen to that if you haven't listened to it before. But we could have the biggest intentions in the world, and if we're not willing to get our hands dirty and get stuff done, then it's never going to happen. So give you an idea, say around fitness, around exercise. A lot of us as dads out there, maybe you directly that I'm talking to right now, have let your fitness slide. Have you got that big pot belly that you never had when you were in your 20s, and now all of a sudden you think back and you go, where did this come from? And you give yourself that excuse of, oh, I'm just getting old. And I'll tell you, we're meant to live to be 120 as human beings. So you can't use old until you hit 80, guys. So that's not an excuse anymore unless you're in your 80s. And if you're listening to this in your 80s, good on you, let me know. So, guys, we got to get our hands dirty. How do you achieve your clouds, your purpose in life is by doing. And if you remember, when we looked at purpose, we talked about goals. And how do you achieve then your goals is by breaking them up. You break them up into bite-sized pieces, and then you do the work. Get your hands dirty and do the work. You need to map it out, break it down, do it day by day, day in and day out, over and over and over. You need to rinse and repeat. That's as simple as that, guys. How to achieve goals is by doing the work over and over and over again. So back to the fitness as an example. You don't get fitness by being a weekend warrior and saying, oh, I want to get fit, and you do something for a day and you overdo it and you get too sore, you injure yourself and you go, oh, look, I can't do it. You do it by taking consistent action time after time after time and time again. And if that goal is a huge goal, say you've really let yourself slide and you've got 10 10, 20, 30 kilos, which is the equivalent of like 25, 50, 75 pounds extra, you may go, oh, that's just too hard. Overwhelm, too much, don't know where to start. So again, take a bite-sized chunk. Say, okay, today I'm going to go for a walk. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a bit of stretching. The next day, I'll go for a little walk. And then you know what? You got to get out and you got to do it. Okay, Dad? So your dad work for this episode is to think about where in your life the 5 P's, purpose, power, parenting, passion, and providership, are you in overwhelm? Are you just literally asleep, unconscious, and not willing to wake yourself up to find out where you are? Which one of those 5 are you in the most overwhelm? And then look at what is your purpose in that P. What is your cloud in that P? What is the dirt that you're not doing in that P? Break it up into bite-sized chunks, little tiny, tiny ass chunks. Don't have to do much. You just got to get started. You got to start doing. So figure that out, break it down, and start getting dirty. So that's it for this episode, guys. Dr. Scott signing off. And remember, dads, let's keep becoming better dads together.
Do you want to know more about the Wake Up Dad movement? Go to www.thewakeupdadshow.com to download any and all past issues of the show, claim your free gift, or to directly ask Dr. Scott any questions you have. Continue the conversation on the Facebook group Wake Up Dad. Share this podcast with other dads on iTunes or Google Play. Make sure to subscribe to the show and give us a rating so we can reach more dads. And dads, one last thing. Wake up!